Most criminals rely on brute force to break through doors or smash windows to gain entry. But one man in the late 1990s chose a path that was far more unconventional. Jeffrey Manchester decided that the best way to enter a building was from above. He looked toward the sky and saw the roof as his primary point of entry. Across the southeastern United States, a mysterious thief began targeting various McDonald's restaurant locations. The police were baffled by a series of burglaries that defied their standard investigative logic. Every crime scene shared a strange commonality that left detectives scratching their heads in confusion. Late at night, after the last employee had locked up and gone home, the thief arrived. He would silently climb onto the flat roof of the restaurant under the cover of darkness. With calculated precision, he would cut a clean hole through the roof materials. He then lowered himself inside, completely bypassing the security alarms and the locked front doors. By the time the morning shift arrived, the safe was empty and the thief was gone. Thousands of dollars had vanished without a single trace of forced entry on the doors. There were no shattered glass windows or broken locks for the investigators to analyze. The only evidence of his presence was a single, mysterious hole cut into the ceiling. The media quickly latched onto this strange method and gave him a lasting nickname. They dubbed him the Roofman, a moniker that would soon become famous across the nation. But Jeffrey Manchester was far from being your typical, run-of-the-mill criminal suspect. He possessed a background that set him apart from the average petty thief. Before his life of crime, he had served as an officer in the U.S. Army Reserve. He was highly intelligent, disciplined, and possessed a mind for complex, tactical planning. He utilized his military training to execute his robberies with remarkable, surgical precision. For several years, law enforcement authorities struggled to track down this elusive phantom. They chased leads across multiple state lines, trying to connect the dots of his crimes. Eventually, investigators successfully linked dozens of burglaries to the same individual. In the year 2000, the law finally caught up with Manchester, leading to his arrest. He was convicted of his crimes and sentenced to serve time in a state prison. Most criminals would have resigned themselves to their fate behind cold iron bars. But Jeffrey Manchester was not the type of man to simply accept his situation. He spent his time in confinement, plotting his next move with characteristic focus. In 2004, he successfully escaped from a minimum security prison in North Carolina. Suddenly, the man known as Roofman was a fugitive on the run once again. Police launched a massive search, scouring the country for any sign of his whereabouts. What they would eventually discover sounded more like a script from a Hollywood thriller. Manchester had managed to find a hiding spot that was hiding in plain sight. He had secretly constructed a living space inside a Toys R Us store in Charlotte. He utilized the unused, dark crawl spaces tucked away high above the store ceiling. He built a makeshift apartment, complete with stolen furniture and basic living supplies. He even managed to stock up on food and personal items to sustain his life. During the busy daylight hours, unsuspecting shoppers walked through the aisles below him. Families browsed for toys, completely unaware that a fugitive was living right overhead. At night, he would emerge from his hidden lair to scavenge for necessities. He continued to avoid capture, living a bizarre double life inside the retail store. For months, he successfully maintained this secret existence without being detected by staff. However, the strange arrangement was destined to eventually fall apart. Employees began to notice odd signs that someone was living inside the building. They discovered evidence of his presence, triggering an immediate alarm with the police. A new, intense manhunt was launched to track down the elusive store dweller. In 2005, the authorities finally captured Jeffrey Manchester once and for all. He was returned to prison, ending his long and bizarre journey as a fugitive. His story fascinated investigators, journalists, and true crime enthusiasts around the world. Unlike many famous criminals, Manchester was not known for acts of physical violence. Instead, the public became obsessed with the sheer creativity and audacity of his crimes. It was the unbelievable nature of his actions that kept people talking for years. A former army officer turned master burglar and daring prison escapee. The image of him living inside a toy store remains a truly surreal detail. It stands as one of the strangest true crime stories in modern American history. His legacy is defined by his unique methods and his ability to hide in plain sight. If you enjoyed this strange tale, please make sure to subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below and let us know which story we should cover next.